Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Most Metal Monday Night Live with Rob Zip on a Tuesday night. It's 7 p.m. here in Houston. It's 5 p.m. in LA, where I'll be joined by my guest, Andrew from Metal Assault Records. Let's see, he just jumped in. Let's welcome him in. Hey, Andrew, welcome. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello. Oh, my goodness. I know he's here. I'm here. We're all here. I'm speaking.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, I can. Yeah, maybe a headset might help.
I can't.
He can't hear me. He can't hear me. So, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Are you there?
Yes, I am. Yes, I sure am.
I don't think I can hear you. Not sure why.
I don't know why either. This is a great exercise in why I like my guests to jump in a few minutes before so we could work this out before we get to before we get to air. But that's okay. It's live. Anything can happen when you're live. Anything can happen. So he's trying to figure it out. He's got his mic muted.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I don't hear you. Are you muted or something?
No. Now I'm not muted.
I was able to hear you before I joined in, which is weird.
That is very weird. Well, why don't we do this? Here, go to the let's go to the private chat. I will boot you and you can log back in.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Okay. All right. So I will kick from the studio. I kick you. So hopefully he will join. So, but D Nice Santi says you can hear us both loud and clear. Yeah, I can hear him fine. So you can hear me fine. So hopefully he'll be able to join us here in a second. But Andrew is he's the guy in charge of Metal Assault Records. They're an independent record label out of Los Angeles. He is also a blogger, a podcast host, a promoter, a DJ, a band manager, and a merchandise manager for Exodus. I got this shirt from him, not for free. I paid. Well, actually, someone else paid, and he handed me this shirt last time they were here. So let me. I'm gonna Gmail this. I'm gonna send him this again. So he'll get. Oh, I heard him join in. Can you hear me? This is deny device is not connected. Okay, so he joined, but so he's Iron Man. he's got a lot going on, that's for sure. He's a very interesting dude, and that's why I wanted to have him on the show. He's got some special announcements he wants to make here on the show. So hopefully some of his bands are here, and says device is not connected. I'm gonna text him. I just emailed him. This is fun. Again for my future guests. This is I really would like for you to join me a few minutes beforehand so we can work this out. Device not connected. So he's here. He can't hear me. He doesn't have his device connected. He has to give permissions for his microphone and all his. The thing I love about StreamYard is its ease of use. All of my live streams are brought to you by StreamYard. So what I'm going to do right now, he left again, is I'm going to tell you a little bit about StreamYard. So yeah, StreamYard is super easy to use usually. But we're just having some connection issues with Mr. Bansal there in Los Angeles. Yeah, man. Yes, same weird. Let me try again. All right. So we'll get this working. We'll get this working eventually. So that's about StreamYard. I am live on YouTube and Twitch. I could have also gone live on LinkedIn and Twitter. Those are my only social media accounts. If you see my name anywhere else on social media, that is not me. I will tell you right now. Uh, there's some terrible people out there trying to use my image. Um, so I'm here. I'm glad Need Report ran into you. I'm glad Nerd Report ran into you in Vegas. That's how I'm subscribed. I'm in LA too. Cool. Yeah, Nerd Report. Yep. Yep. There you go. Nerd Report. Yep. Yep. That's where you're subscribed. You're in LA. Awesome. Julian Estrada says hi. Hello. Welcome to the show, Julian. Yeah, Nerd Report. Yeah, I don't even think Nerd Report subscribed to me. They they never interacted on anything, and all they were doing were posting videos about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. And honestly, that's not something I care about. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'm restarting my okay, so he's restarting his device to see if it helps at all. Turn it off, turn it back on. So he's got a record label, Metal Soul Records, and they released a new video for the band Noise Cult today. So I can play that for you here. We can do a little commentary through this. I'll show you. I'll go ahead and show you. Oh, he's back. Let's see.
Check one.
Hello.
All right, we're good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the old turn it off and turn it back on trick worked.
I guess there's a reason why they always say that,
Yeah. Man, I could be a regular IT guy.
Yeah.
There you go, man. Well, congratulations. Welcome to the show, man.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for having me. I know I've set up a bunch of these with bands on my roster with you, but I don't think I've been on one of them myself.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we've talked back and forth for a long time. And here you go, Catamounts here. She says Noise Cult kicks ass. I was just mentioning since we were when in doubt reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was just mentioning that you just put out a new video for Noise Cult, and I was going to go ahead and show that while we were waiting for you to come out.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we
Basically,
can
we released the music video originally in January, but that was like a long version with like an intro movie and all that stuff. So this was a new version without that intro stuff. So just like kind of like more of a radio edit, so to speak. So just something fresh to kind of kick it back into gear or something. Yeah.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
problem, no problem.
Mm.
So tell me, you're in Los Angeles right now, out there
Yeah.
in Chavez Ravine, near Chavez Ravine. I see your posters in the background. You got the nice uh, sunny window going on there.
Yeah. It's nice. It's a nice warm afternoon here. I just turned off my fan so you don't hear it on the broadcast, but otherwise, like I
Okay.
can't really sit here without it on, for too long. But
Well,
yeah,
I
man,
mean,
it's a good day out. I haven't
do you
been
not have
out today, but yeah,
do
it
you, do you
seems
not have
nice.
do you not have an air conditioner?
I don't have air conditioning here, no.
Oh, that's brutal, man.
Yeah, but we don't really need it, like for the most part. Just need a fan for a couple of months in the summer and a heater for like a couple of months in the winter, and that's it.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
man. If
yeah,
that works for you,
yeah,
I know when I went there, I went out there in February, and it was in the
yeah,
90s, and I know that was
yeah,
unusual. That was
yeah.
unusual, but it was but then up in Palmdale, when I came up to transplants, like at night, it got cold.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Palmdale is a different story from LA for sure. It's more like
yeah,
in the high desert. So yeah,
right.
definitely some extremes there.
Right.
Yeah,
So very cool, man. Well, I'm glad we got this working out.
yeah,
I'm glad we could work this out for today. I typically do these on Mondays, but
yeah.
I was at the world's greatest water park yesterday.
Oh,
So
nice.
Schlitterbahn. You've heard of Schlitterbahn?
No, I don't think so.
You've never heard of Schlitterbahn? Oh man, it's the best. It's
What is that?
basically it's basically like the Walt Disney World of water parks.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's the biggest and best water park in the world. Like, it keeps winning awards. I'm not just saying that, like, they keep winning those awards
I
for
see.
that. So, I've got that video coming out Friday at 5 PM Central Time, 3 PM on the West Coast. So, you'll be able
Cool.
to see that, and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, definitely. No, I check out your other stuff on the channel. Aside from the metal stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm kind of all over the place.
yeah,
But yeah, but you're Mr. Metal. I was talking about you. You have your own label. You started off as a blogger. Then you started becoming, well. Let's the beginning. You moved here from India to go to college at USC, right?
yep,
And you're a big metalhead going way back. So you started just blogging the shows that you went to when you
yeah.
were starting out, and then you started promoting some shows, right? Am I doing the? Tell me if I'm going in the wrong order.
No, I started blogging.
Yeah.
From there, I went on tour. I started going on tour. Then, after I did that for quite extensively for a couple of years, then I like kind of reestablished my home base in LA as a promoter.
Mhm.
Then kind of like the label followed, and then this year I've been touring again. So it's kind of like all everything at once as of right now. So yeah.
I know.
Definitely
So
many
like
branches to the whole thing. Yeah.
right now, it's rare for you to be home.
Yeah, I mean, this year, I've toured 3 months out of the what almost 6 months that we've had,
Hmm.
and I have more touring coming up later in the year as well. So I think it's just a matter of like touring happening again, like after the whole pandemic stuff
Yeah.
shut everything down. So that's obviously one of the reasons why I also did not tour between like 2020 and now. So
Right.
now that things are opening back up, it opened up opportunities for me also to be touring again, and the right opportunities came along, and I went out.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so you're not in a band. So when you say you tour, you've gone on two different tours as two different types of things, right? Two different aspects.
Yeah, talking about I mean, I've done a lot of tours in the past, but like this year, talking about the two recent ones, like the first one I went to was with Old Blood. That was in March all over the US. And that was more like a personal and as well as a business investment for me, like as the
Mhm.
label head and the band's manager, because they're on my label. I manage them. So I booked all the shows, and I went out as their tour manager, and I was doing their merch as well. So, I was definitely very closely involved in all aspects of that tour. The second tour I did was with Exodus, the thrash metal legends. They called me up, and oh yeah, nice shirt. They called
Yeah,
me up, and
I got this from you.
yeah. That's my favorite one too. That I sold on this tour. It's like kind of the perfect combination of like having the logo, but also a design within it, and the tour dates on
Yeah,
the back. So it's
right,
perfect.
right.
Um, yeah, so they called me up, and they needed somebody to do merch for the tour. So it was a bit long tour, like 7 weeks, with Testament and Death Angel on the Bass Strikes Back tour. I've had a lot of experience doing merch, so I mean, their management got word about me, and people recommended me for the gig. So of course I took it on, and yeah, so that was the second tour I did, where I was doing only merch. But I mean, that itself was like a lot of work at that level, working for a band like
Right.
Exodus. So it was a
Yeah.
very busy and demanding gig, but one I definitely enjoyed a lot. The band was super cool, and the rest of the crew was awesome. The other bands were awesome too. So yeah, so I'm going out again with them for the second leg of the same tour. So they're doing another leg of dates all over the U.S. and Canada for the same lineup, Bass Strikes Back Part Two. So that's September, October. So as far as I know, as of right now, until then, I'm home. Until something unless something else like comes up, which I can't turn down. But
Yeah.
more than likely, I mean, I'm home till I go on that tour. Yeah.
You don't have any of your bands going out on tour?
Um, I mean, a couple of them did tours while I was gone. A Noise Cult did a tour in April, like from Nashville all the way to here in LA and then back. And then Solar Haze did a tour, West Coast run. So those two happened, and then other bands have been playing gigs here and there.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're planning some stuff for the bands on the label in terms of touring for like late summer, fall, or something like that. Claustrophobia has a couple of gigs coming up next month. They have
Mhm.
a festival in Reno that they're doing, and one or two other gigs. Yeah, so there's some stuff coming up, but immediate touring, there's nothing like that is coming up like within the next month or so in terms of the bands on the label.
Yeah, I was actually going through some CDs. I when I was getting the Metalhead box, I was getting some CDs, and I was clearing, like, deciding which ones I was gonna keep and which ones I was gonna maybe hand off to somebody else. Sometimes I give some stuff away, and I actually realized I had gotten a Claustrophobia CD in one of those Metalhead boxes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't even put those 2 and 2 together, you know?
yeah. Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, I mean, you saw them at the festival in Palmdale, of
Mhm.
course, and like they headlined day one of that whole thing. So yeah, they definitely have some big plans coming up. Like they were pretty well established in Brazil before they moved out to Las Vegas, and they are now essentially a U.S. band. So they're kind of like, obviously it's a different animal, like being a Brazilian band versus being a U.S. band. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of one of the reasons why they signed on with me, like to grow here, at to the same level, and all that type of stuff. So yeah, they're definitely going to be doing a lot of stuff in the near future.
Oh, that's cool, man. I'll look forward to
Yeah,
hearing their new material. I mean,
yeah.
they were killer, man. It was really cool. It was really fun when well, like the singer and the drummer, the singer, guitar player, and drummer are the brothers, right?
The singer and the drummer are brothers.
Yeah,
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 so
yeah,
they
yeah,
switched
yeah.
instruments. That's what you're talking
Yeah,
about,
at
right?
the end,
Yeah,
yeah, they switched instruments, and
yeah,
that just kind of blew my mind.
yeah, yeah,
And they
man.
both kicked at, you know, they both
Yeah,
kicked ass at it, so that was cool. That was really
yeah,
cool. But man, that was a cool event. I'm glad I was able to go out there for that.
yeah,
That was a good time, man.
yeah. Definitely. I'm
Thank you
glad
for
you came
having
out.
me.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually came out and I was there both days, you
Yeah,
know? Like, how many of your other media partners, I mean, some of them didn't even come, and then most of them were only there, like, 1 day, you know?
yeah.
Come
That's
on,
kind of
dude.
how it turned out. Yeah, I think only you were there for both days, and most of the other ones were there for the first day. But
Yeah.
it wasn't like the second day was like any less than the first day. Like for us, it
Right.
was just different lineups. Like the second was more like kind of more on the rock side of things, like, as opposed to the extreme metal side. So that was the only
There was,
difference.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, there was still a little bit of extreme metal in the 2nd day too.
yeah, that was there too. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, what was the there was one band, I can't, gosh darn it, I can't remember their name.
I think I'm probably
Um,
thinking of Authors of Fate, the band
that's
that played
exact
a
I
very
knew it started
short
with an
set.
A.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah, why'd they play such a short set?
They just didn't have any more material. Like they played all their songs.
That was it, huh? They just have, like, an EP's worth of songs.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
They had a lot of merchandise and stuff, though.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe they should
Maybe they
work
gotta
on ma
find a balance. Yeah.
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 Now are they on your label?
No, they're not on the label. Like there
Okay,
was
so I know
a
not all
few
the
bands
bands
on
are
there that were not on the label. Yeah.
right, okay. So are they on, were they, so yeah, you, 'cause as a promoter, like, you invited some other bands on as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I
I
know
mean,
that because
because
I know
um,
Void Vader was supposed to be there,
yeah.
and they're on Ripple,
Yeah.
and they didn't show up. I was supposed to have Void Vader on my show, and they didn't show up. So
Oh, okay. Oh,
I don't know what's going on with those guys,
yeah.
but they're doing a tour. They're doing a tour
Yeah.
with there's a Houston band that's on Ripple called Foster Mother, and they're
Right.
doing a
Yeah.
run of shows together. So I know those guys. I've had them on my show a couple of times. You know, being from
Yeah.
Houston, you know, Ripple has a lot of representation in Texas
Yeah.
in general. They have a festival coming up next month, Ripple Fest Texas. It's going to be 4 days in Austin, Texas, at the Far Out Lounge. You're going to come out for that?
When is it again?
It's in July. It's like July the 20th. You know what? Let's find it. Here I am talking to you, but I'm talking about another record labels event. So it's the July 21st through July 24th. It's 4 days.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have too much going on, man. I mean,
That's fine.
I have done enough touring, and I have more touring coming up.
I
So
gotcha. I
yeah,
completely understand that. You want to just relax at home
yeah,
for a while.
yeah.
But I'll I'll
Yeah, I
I'll,
mean,
I'll
I haven't even gone to the Psycho Vegas um, even once yet. It's just
you're right.
even going from here to Vegas for like what 2 or 3 days or whatever it is. It's just logistically, just kind of I always kind of back out of it because all those bands like they play here anyway.
Sure.
In
Sure.
LA. I mean, and
Yeah.
plus, like for me, I prefer shows. Like I'm just talking personally, like in terms of the business side of things, and for the bands and for the label. Of course, the festivals are awesome, but I'm saying like as just attending. I think like I like shows better a little bit, where it's just like 3 or 4 bands, so I
Uh-huh.
can see all the bands.
Right. Yeah,
Even the
it could.
festival that I did, it was like 2 shows basically. It was not like a multi-stage thing where
Right.
you have to choose one band over the other. That's something
Yeah.
I kind of never really want to do because chances are that I want to watch both bands that are playing at the same time. So
I always think about, well, like I have Whack, you know, when I went in 2019, I have that as a background today. I
yeah,
mean, it's just a random thing I put up there. But you know, when I went in 2019, they only had two Doom bands on the whole bill, and they played at the same time in two
right.
different stages. And one of them was a metal battle band from Iceland who were friends of mine, and
Oh, I think you told me about this. Yeah, and then the
yeah,
other one
yeah,
was like what Wind Hand or something.
yeah, Windhand.
Yeah,
Windhand was playing at the other stage, and the guys in Morpholith is what their name of that band is. They were pissed off because they wanted
yeah,
to see Windhand, and then they were just like, you know what, this is a power metal festival. We're not a power metal band, so they were like, we're not gonna win. They didn't even want to do the metal battle, and I told them just do the metal battle because like it's a good opportunity. You'll meet some cool people, and if you
yeah,
win, Iceland's a small enough country that if you win, you'll get to go play at the biggest metal festival. What was the biggest metal festival in the world? I think Hellfest has surpassed them now.
yeah,
But I mean, definitely one of the biggest. And they went and they put on an awesome show, but I think they were still annoyed that they couldn't see the other Doom
yeah.
band that was playing, the
I
other
mean, forget about
stoner
seeing.
metal
It's
band.
more like you want the audience to be there for your show. So
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
because people that knew, they went to, well, we know Windhand, and they're from Seattle, right? So they don't play in Germany a whole lot, so they got to go see them.
they're from Virginia, I think. But anyway, yeah. I mean, yeah,
Virginia. I don't
that's
know why. Either way, they're
yeah,
from America, and
yeah,
they don't they don't get a chance to play in Germany a whole lot. So
yeah. But yeah, man, that's what happens at festivals. But like you mentioned, the
yeah.
Walkin Battle. I think. Well, I run the Walkin Battle in LA, and I work with
Mhm.
the rep for the USA battle. Who's also based out here.
Yeah, Eric from
So
Hellspot,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's him.
I've had him on as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, those events are awesome here, and we do the national final also here in LA, which you've been to, and the
Mhm.
winner goes to play in at Walkin as the representative for USA. I mean, I haven't been to Walkin, so I haven't obviously seen it firsthand, but kind of based on what you were saying, I think the bands that go there as the winners of their countries, I don't think it's as much really about like competing on the global stage. It's just about performing at Wacken. You kind of
Yeah,
already won
absolutely.
in that sense. Like, I
Absolutely.
mean, generally, I don't think I even keep track of like who eventually wins it. Like over there. Like
Yeah.
which country
Well,
wins it. I don't think it
the
really
the
matters.
the
You
big
know?
thing about whoever wins it, they get to play on the big stage on the last day. So that's a good opportunity to play in front of fans. And then they give them a record contract, which I know not every band that competes wants whatever record contract it is that they want to
Yeah.
give out, you know. So I could see some bands purposefully not doing their best just because they don't want to get forced into a contract.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say I heard anybody say that, but um, it's not. Don't be surprised if that's the case.
yeah. Well, that's interesting. But yeah, I mean, like I was saying, I think it's just all about playing at walk-in. Like that's already a
Yeah.
victory. So yeah.
Well, give me one quick story about something crazy that happened on the Old Blood tour this year that you can speak of.
Oh, I mean, there's always crazy stuff happening. I
No, I
think
don't know. That's
the
what I'm asking.
craziest thing was, I mean, the one that comes to mind was in like, so after the Brooklyn show, we drove to Boston, Worcester, Massachusetts for the next show, right? And
Mhm.
the show was good and everything. And at the end, like the venue pays they paid me like $29 to split between three bands. So that was pretty
What?
crazy. Yeah, I mean, and it definitely didn't look like a night that would pay out $29 in terms of the turnout and everything else. Like it was pretty decent. Like it was a weekend. I
Yeah.
believe it was a Friday. Yeah, it was a Friday. So yeah, and then like they basically they I so I'm like, okay, I was when they gave me that, I didn't directly argue the amount. I said, okay, just show me your box office tally. Like show me a tally that shows that this is the amount that gets paid out. How
Yeah.
do you come to this number? That's all I need to know.
Right. Right.
It's pretty standard to ask for that if you're doing
Sure.
just like a straight, like a door deal for a payout.
Right.
So they said, oh, we don't really do that. We don't. It's cash only. So we didn't really keep any tally or any receipts. I'm like, how's that? How do you do business like that? I mean, like, and they're like, well, that's how it is here in Massachusetts. I'm like, all right, see ya. So that was that.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it makes you not want to go back to Massachusetts, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I went to Massachusetts on the Exodus tour, and it was amazing. Of course, it was the House of Blues Boston, but
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure
specifically
that's a
that
completely
venue,
different.
the venue that did that. I mean, I would definitely not want to book there. In fact, I put them
Yeah.
on blast too, which I never do that kind of thing, with anybody,
Mhm.
no matter what happens. But with this venue, I mean, yeah, I went ahead and did it anyway. This place called
Jeez.
Ralph's Rock Diner in Worcester that did that.
Jeez.
So yeah, that is one that comes to mind. I mean, it was crazy. It was negative, but it was pretty crazy, to think about it like that. That happened.
I mean, did you sell enough merch to kind of make up for it?
I mean, it's not about making up. Like the payment still needs to be made, regardless of the merch
Yeah.
sales. But yeah, the
Well,
merch
yeah,
was the
absolutely,
merch was
absolutely,
good, of
absolutely.
course. The merch
Yeah.
was good for them, like everywhere, like on that tour. So, and that's kind of why, like sometimes when you book shows at that level, like on the DIY, like underground type level, I mean, a lot of times you don't get guaranteed payments, like that are
Yeah.
agreed upon in advance. Like you have to
Right.
agree on like door percentages or door splits or whatever, which means that you get a split of the ticket sales that eventually happen,
Yeah.
or the money that gets made at the door. Um, but yeah, like the reason that I would take on those type of deals for a band like Old Blood is because I know that the merch is going to be good regardless,
Yeah.
So yeah, like that always does compensate for it to some extent for sure.
Well, that's still shitty, dude.
Yeah,
I don't. In this day and age, it's pretty crappy that there's still venues out there doing shit like that. You know, um, they just think that, oh, these people are coming from LA, we can fuck them however we want to. That's not cool.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
not
I don't
cool
think
at
they
all.
would do that to a local band because then the local band is like going to come back and haunt them, like or just not
Right,
even leave. But they know that
right.
we're going to leave at some point. So yeah, you know,
Yeah, that sucks, dude. I mean, they have
yeah,
to know you have a huge reach on your social media too. So,
yeah, that's
you
true.
know,
So I made use of that for sure.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, speaking of merchandise, let's open up this box.
yeah, it finally got to you. So let's see. I mean, by that I mean I finally sent it and it got to you pretty quickly.
Well,
So that
you've
I'm
been on
not
the
trying
road.
to. Yeah,
You've
that's
been on
true.
the road, but
Yeah,
I do want to say you did put these fragile stickers all over every portion of
yeah.
the box, and they still ended up crunching the corner here.
Yeah, hopefully that's
So
not damaged anything. Or the top,
it's
it was not, it was, there was nothing there actually in the top that's like snug fit. So maybe,
okay.
hopefully everything is okay. The
All
top
right.
portion is, well, I'm not going to spoil it, but anyway, like, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah.
And like I said,
You did
don't
tell me.
go, yeah,
Yeah, I'm
don't
not
cut it
gonna
too
cut.
deep because there's something on the
Yeah,
top that might get cut if you do that,
I'm, yeah, I'm gonna cut it up. I'm gonna cut it up. You did put a lot of tape on here though, which is which is
I think
good.
it peels off. Like if you don't, you probably don't even have to like cut it, but cut it lightly.
Cut it. I'm cutting it lightly,
Yeah,
cutting it gently. I'm being very gentle with my cuts.
yeah.
All right, I think I got it. Oh, the
Yeah, see,
packing slip. The, the not the packing slip. The
the shipping label.
shipping label is thick. It's a thick boy. It's like
Yeah,
cardboard shipping
a
label.
sticker. It's sticker paper.
Okay. All right. I've almost got it. I just don't want to. There we go. There we go. I've
Ah,
gently cut open the box.
yeah,
So
perfect.
we got our live unboxing here.
See, now you know why I
All
said
right.
cut it gently.
Yeah, because you said you put some posters on the top. So what do we got? Okay, so oh man, we got a stack of posters here. So we've got the anniversary show. These are green, so you're gonna look. It's gonna see right through it. So that's day one, and here's day two, or is it the other way around?
No, other way around.
This the other way around.
Yeah,
Uh, Either way, I wanted those, and I couldn't bring them back when I was there because I was flying, and we've got part one and part two of the old Blood Tour,
yeah.
Doom over America, fall of 2021 and March of 2022,
Yes,
and
sir.
none of these dates are Houston, Texas.
No,
That's okay. That's
sadly
okay. I
not.
saw them. Yeah, I got to see them, and at the metal at transplants.
Yeah,
So that was awesome. It was
yeah.
awesome.
So you had a
And they were
solid
the
reason to come to that. That's why.
oh, dude. Yeah, yeah. Here we go. Here's a cat. There we go. The singer for Old Blood is joining us. She's been on my show a couple of times as well.
Yeah,
So
of course.
very, very cool. I gave her a T-shirt.
Oh, very
I gave her one
nice.
of my shirts. So
Oh
I'll
yeah,
put
the
these
Epic
over
Adventures.
here.
I have your
Yeah.
hat still that you gave me on the when I was in Houston for the Exodus tour.
Yeah, right on,
Yeah,
man, right on. All right, and then we got some CDs here. We've got Chapel Rats.
yeah, that's by the band Hate Song coming out of Indiana, like black metal, hardcore punk, sludge. It's pretty brutal. So
Okay,
check
so
that out.
the band is called Hate Song.
Yes, the album name
Okay,
is Chapel Rats. Yeah,
gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha. All right, very cool. Oh, there we go. Kat said she wore the shirt yesterday.
Oh,
Nice,
sweet.
very cool, very cool. All right, then we've got Malison. Had these guys on the
Yeah,
show. These guys are really cool.
yeah. That album kicks ass. For anybody who likes traditional heavy metal, speed metal, thrash metal, all that stuff. Yeah,
A little proggy as well.
yeah, yeah. Of course,
Yeah.
little prog,
Oh,
neoclassical. All that.
yeah, neoclassical. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then we've got I've had these guys on the show.
Yeah, Fermentor, two-piece death metal instrumental band. Debut album called Continuance, which came out last year as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
Dylan and Adam.
Yeah.
I've actually had lunch. I actually had lunch with Dylan when I went out to San Diego last year.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, cool guys.
Yeah.
I like these guys a lot. They're also 2/3 of Beekeeper.
Yeah.
So
you might find some of that in there too, I think.
Oh. Maybe.
Or
I don't know.
Maybe or maybe not.
I don't know, but next up we have a CD from Old Blood.
Hell yeah.
Cat got a CD right here. Oh man, this is so good. They're such a good band.
Yeah, that's the deluxe version with all the bonus tracks that we put out.
Nice.
Yeah, these were made for when the band started touring, just so you know, there's like a new version to sell at the shows. So
Gotcha.
yeah, that's definitely a good package right there. You know, those tracks are not on the vinyl either, so that's just for the CD, like the bonus tracks.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, a couple of live tracks in there and original single and everything. You know.
There we go. The cat says yes. I do have a CD player in my car, so
nice.
I have a 2013 Honda Civic, so it still has a CD player. It was at it was right before they started taking CD players out.
Oh, they take them out now or what? Wow.
Yeah, they don't have They don't put CD players in cars anymore.
Yeah, my MacBook Air doesn't have one. I had to buy an external drive.
Oh, trust me, I'm using a Mac right now, and it doesn't have a drive either. Yeah, I had to buy an external drive for this.
Yeah.
So I can basically so I can rip the CDs.
Yeah, but the funny thing is I never even use it. It's like I don't even know where it is right now, like the external drive. You know.
I basically only use it for ripping CDs. That's the only reason I have it. And it's like with Apple Music having almost everything is lossless and spatial audio now. Like, I don't know. But yeah, another band I've had on the show. Solar
Haze. Yeah, that's the new EP, Solar Age, which came out last year. I mean, a lot of these came out last year, but you know.
Yeah.
Just wanted to say that for people who don't know.
No, this is killer. Yeah, I listened to this quite a bit. Cool, sludgy stoner rock band.
Yeah, they just finished a tour last month.
They didn't come to Houston either, huh?
No, they just stuck to the West Coast for now.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay, and then I feel we got some vinyl in here.
Yeah,
on the bottom here. So yeah, I don't think anything got crushed. Everything looks like it's all right. Like
okay, perfect. I think it was just the empty part of the box that got slightly bent or something, which that's good. You know.
Trust me, I used to get pallets. I used to get pallets of stuff when I worked for Sony back in 1999, and dude, stuff would get destroyed.
Wow.
Like,
so I'm wasting my fragile stickers. Is that what you're saying, or what?
Maybe. Yeah, I think they use that. They're like, oh, fragile, and then they punt it around.
Yeah.
So here we go. We got the Solar Haze full-length album.
Yeah, that's a debut. So the EP came out only on CD, so I sent you a CD of that and a vinyl of the debut, which is the full length.
They've got the track
neon green. Haze. It's the neon green version.
Let's see if it'll. Yeah.
Well,
I've got the green screen.
Yeah,
it's like invisible. It's invisible. No, it's actually really beautiful, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's like pretty much like the first vinyl release that we did on the label. You know,
I know that they can't be cheap. It can't be cheap to produce.
No.
So you've definitely. I did give you some money, but you've definitely sent me a lot more than what I gave you.
Yeah, of course, man. Got to compensate for the long delay. You know, that's my style.
Okay. All right.
There's more, I think.
Yeah, there's a couple more.
Yeah.
Sea Sleeper.
Yeah, that's a death metal band from Portland, Oregon. You know, kick-ass stuff. If you like music along the lines of Death and Gojira and Intronaut and bands like that, you know, this is right up your alley. Yeah.
You're giving me a chubby just thinking about it. Claustrophobia.
Yeah, that's the name of the album. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
came out last year. Yeah.
They didn't play your show, right? Because
No, they didn't make it.
yeah, because
I
they're
mean
in
they're from
Portland.
Portland, so it's like kind of
Yeah,
was
it's a
too
haul.
difficult. Yeah.
Gotcha. I understand completely.
Yeah.
Then we got. Did we? Is this a diff? Hold on a second. Is this a different or is just a? Okay, no, it's the same album, but vinyl version. The
Oh
vinyl
yeah,
version
Malice and
of
Vinyl. Yeah, that's the same album on vinyl as well.
very cool.
Um,
And let's.
yeah, these
Is
had
it?
just arrived, I think, by just before the festival happened. So I did have them on sale over there. Yeah, they're
Oh,
like
and this is
it's
a.
like a random color mix, so they're all colored.
So this is like a
Yeah.
melon color.
Yeah, I mean you could see it on
That's
your thing,
beautiful.
so it's not green, it's something else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. I didn't even look at the Sea Sleeper record.
Yeah, that's also colored. I mean they're all
Oh,
except
oh,
for
and
the last one remaining, it's all colored.
this is a
Yeah.
beautiful insert too.
Yeah,
It's
with the
got
band photos on one side and the lyrics on the other side.
yeah. That's well,
Um,
obviously there's something green right in the middle.
yeah, Sea Sleeper also has an insert, and what was the other vinyl? Um,
um.
Solar Haze does not have an insert, but Sea Sleeper does.
Okay. We'll just pass that up. Put this back in here, and I'm seeing. I'm saving the very best thing for last. Let me get this back in the
Yeah.
sleeve here. And oh my goodness, dude, this is sweet. This is really sweet. Um, so we did have the CD, and you said it's the the special edition CD.
Yeah.
But there's nothing more special edition than an Old Blood record signed by the entire band.
Yes,
Look at
sir.
that.
Signed by the band, freshly signed. Also, it was just like a week or so ago that I took these records to them and got them signed, and then took them back home. So this is the gatefold.
Who signed her head? Diesel
I
signed.
think
Diesel signed her head.
that's Diesel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Diesel signed her hair.
Yeah. Well, it's a nice background to
Oh.
sign, with the Sharpie, so that's why.
Yeah, that's funny. But this is a
This is a gatefold edition, which is a
gatefold. There we go.
new reissue of the vinyl, because the original vinyl was just a standard jacket. It was not a gatefold, but we sold those out like soon after the release, which was in 2020. But this reissue came out it just arrived like last month, pretty much just before I got back from tour. So these are brand new. So it's and the vinyl itself is black, 180-gram version. So it's
Oh
for
yeah,
all
I
you
can feel it.
audiophiles out there, who prefer the
Yeah.
180-gram black version, because the original pressing did not have any
Okay.
black vinyl. It was all colored and it was all standard weight. So
Okay.
we wanted to do everything different on this one, So
180 gram. Yeah.
yeah. So
I mean, is there really? I mean, I don't know. I've heard different things from different people on if how much that matters. What is your opinion on that?
well, the 180-gram, I mean, definitely like it starts out sounding better than the standard weight, and it lasts longer. Like it's more durable, I believe.
Sure. Yeah.
So
It's not going to melt as easy if you leave it in your car.
no,
Don't leave
it
your records in your car.
doesn't get warped. It doesn't get distorted as easily, as the
Yeah.
other.
Well,
Standard
this is
weight
awesome.
stuff.
This is awesome, Andrew. This is one of the best mystery boxes. This is the best mystery box I've ever gotten.
Oh, cool. So you get a lot of these then for your show.
Well, I did. I had to stop. I had to cancel. I had to cancel them. Well, just because I've told you a little bit about my job situation, so
Right. Yeah.
I had to cancel a lot of stuff. I had to go and spend $200 on my cat today.
Wow.
My cat's been sick. They wanted to do a bunch of lab tests and charge me $400. I'm like, I can't. I said I love my girl, but I can't afford that right now.
Right.
So hopefully the stuff they gave me, she'll be good. And
Yeah.
it's fucking sad as hell. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, but I love my cats. I love my cat so much. But anyway. So coming up, you're going back on the road with Exodus, selling their merch. Um, I would guess that you probably had a lot of orders you had to catch up on while you were on the road,
Yeah,
as you got
definitely.
back.
So I've been working hard at doing that over the last couple of weeks. And yeah, I mean, and also like it was pretty much almost all the orders were for the vinyl or the merch that had not come in. So they were like pending, from the pre-order
Okay.
stage, like for example, with the Old Blood vinyl. And then we had a couple of other vinyl releases that came in. The orders just came in so late. Not the orders from the customers, but the shipment from the company came in so late. So that's why they were all pending. But finally I've been able to catch up and send all those out. But yeah, it's been kind of a major pain, like dealing with all those vinyl delays. I mean, they've definitely kind of set the label back like quite a bit, in every sense, like financially as
Yeah.
well as just otherwise. So yeah, that's why like right now, I mean, I'm in the planning stages for like new releases. So there won't be any like new full length releases over the summer, but I'm planning for like the later part of the year and then early next year. Plus, like again, the turnaround with the product side of things is gonna be a huge factor in that, because what happened was like a lot of the releases that I put out, like the product was not there for the release. So that was a major bummer, because then
Hmm.
it's not really a release if there's if the product is not there.
Right.
So, and that affects the sales a lot too, because then how can you really promote it if you don't know when it's coming or when you're able to ship it out? So that
Yeah.
it just becomes a weird situation. So, but so that's what we're trying to avoid now. So I've been having these like Zoom calls and phone calls with the bands on the label to talk about plans ahead and talking about when to release and how long it's going to take for everything and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of like a holding pattern in that sense at the moment, but lots going on like behind the scenes. But yeah, like it's been a huge challenge like dealing with all that product backlog. It's major pain for sure.
Yeah, I can understand. I was talking to somebody else about like there's been a lot of vinyl shortages, and it had to do with like Adele. Like she
Yeah.
came out with a new album and it pushed everybody back because
Yeah, and it's like that's
her
like a
album took the
serious
priority.
it's a serious thing. It's not like something that people are saying because she's like a popular, personality. And it's like
Yeah.
it's not like one of those things where, oh, fuck her because she's popular. It's like actually it
No.
has affected us, like for real,
Right.
because
Right.
what she ordered 500,000 vinyl, 2 disc vinyl for her album. And basically it obviously jumped the line in front of everybody else because
Right.
compared to that, like I'm waiting on, like the Old Blood was 300 copies, and like the Malison was 200 copies, and just as an example, that's like such a small fraction of what she ordered. So it set everything back for everybody. So that's really what happened, and it ran like the supply chain into like a major shortage and causing all these delays. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that
yeah,
sucks, dude.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, the whole deal about that is like back in the back in the day, all those major record labels, they owned their own vinyl pressing companies, but they they sold them all off and they got rid of them, and now they're having to use third party companies, which is what everybody else is having to use because, like yourself, you can't afford your own vinyl press. I saw
yeah.
this.
I mean,
There's
how would
some
I
so
even build it? There's no supplies.
yeah,
That's the whole
yeah,
problem.
yeah, exactly. It's
So
just it's a
even so it's not the fault of the vinyl companies, even like, so the companies
right.
that actually take the orders from people like me, they're the ones who send it to the pressing plant, which it seems like they're all going to the same plant in the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Like I've used a bunch of different vinyl companies to see if it makes any difference at all, but it's always been the same plant that eventually manufactures the records.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's where all the backlog starts from, and yeah. So that's the situation with that, So I don't know, like, I mean, either it needs to die completely, and people need to stop worrying about making vinyl at all, altogether, or it needs to go back to normal and not take like a year, to get 200
Yeah.
records made,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's pretty insane. I mean, like, what would you prefer? Like, what format would you prefer? Honestly.
I mean, if you ask me, okay, so there's two different answers to this. Like from the business side of things, it's pretty clear that vinyl is the most popular seller for at least in my market or my demographic, like of
Mhm.
people who are fans of the bands that are on the label or fans of the label itself. Um, but as far as personally speaking, I prefer the CD best because it's like easy to make. You can get them done in like a week, and
Yeah.
the profit margin is way better. And
Right.
like in a more mainstream setting, like the Exodus tour, for example, which I have firsthand experience in. So, I mean, I'm not bullshitting anybody here. I'm speaking from firsthand experience.
Yeah.
CDs do sell. I mean, like there's no shortage of sales there. Like if you have them, people will buy them. Like
Sure.
obviously, like um, you know, they were playing to sold out shows in
Mhm.
theater sized venues. So that's a
Yeah.
lot of people to sell to. Um, and obviously that number will be lower if you're playing smaller shows, but I think they still sell. So to me, the CD is a no brainer. Like I always make CDs regardless of whether I'm doing vinyl or cassette or any or whatever, like for any release. So
Yeah, I mean, and you put
personally,
out
I would prefer if everything goes back to the CD format in terms of the physical side of things. I like cassettes too, but again, I think it's like it's a little bit of a difficult sell, like to sell a whole
yeah.
lot of cassettes. It's still very kind of a very esoteric or hipster
Mhm.
type thing.
It is.
Yeah,
I mean, but you've put out plenty of cassettes though.
I have. Yeah, and it's kind of been hit and miss. If I'm being
Yeah.
honest. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, our boys in Dead Wolf, they're all about the cassettes.
Yeah, I think well maybe the Canadian market is different. Like they're been
Yeah.
asking me to send them more. I'm like, okay, I will. I mean, at least the manufacturing side of things on the cassette format is not as bad as vinyl. It's still a pain because
Yeah.
um like a lot of the cassette companies they still operate as if it was like 1995 or something. But they get the job done. So that's all that matters. And I mean, it takes like 3 months or at the most like a little more than that to get cassettes done, like an order of cassettes done, as opposed to vinyl, which takes like more than twice as long for sure. So that's the good
Yeah.
thing about it. And profit margin is slightly better than vinyl. So that's there. But yeah, I think the cassette is a very specific kind of thing. It depends on the style of music. Like maybe it works for like what Dead Wolves is doing, like old school, like rock and roll, or
Yeah.
traditional heavy metal. Or I think it works in black metal too. Like if there's a black metal,
Yeah.
um, I might put out the next Hate song on cassette. Just like um,
Right.
um, we already talked about that one. So it's still be on CD too, but might do a cassette for that because yeah. But yeah, I mean even Exodus and Death Angel were selling cassettes on this last tour.
Mhm.
But compared to the CD and the vinyl, like they didn't sell any cassettes. Like if you compare.
Oh,
Like
really? Okay.
yeah, like you're
Okay.
barely like less than five per show, I would say, like for cassette
Interesting.
sales. And they're playing to like over 1,000 or 1,500 people every night. So
Yeah.
so that's
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
like the
trust me.
general a ratio, I would say, of cassette sales. But it's cool still. I grew up with them, so personally, I love the format. But yeah, it's not like I don't think it's ever going to come back in a big way. Like in a mainstream type of way.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think so. I think
yeah.
it's yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I have some tape players, but it's not convenient for me, you know? It's
Yeah, I
not
do have a
convenient for me
tape
to
player,
reach for
but
that.
I don't really even use it. It's like another
Yeah.
one of those things. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, I put out those Metal Assault mixtape cassettes, which I think you
You sure
have
did.
those.
Yeah, I do.
I did three, and then basically like The last one came out in the summer of 2020, and after that, I haven't done one because I was focusing like more on single release, like single
Yeah.
band releases, you know. So, but
Mhm.
maybe I'll do another one of those. Maybe not on cassette. Maybe like just like digital and CD or something of that sort, you know, or maybe vinyl if things get better with that on that side of things, you know. That'd be cool.
Sure. I mean, you
Yeah.
could do like a flash drive. I've gotten a couple of interest.
Yeah.
I got one from Fermenter, you know, that had a whole bunch of like their garage tape stuff is on there and everything.
Right. Yeah. I
You
mean,
know?
yeah, the mixtape name though kind of has tape in it, so it's kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you gotta do. I feel like I have to do a tape, but
yeah.
maybe not.
I
I
hear
mean,
you.
yeah. But the other thing with that was like the first two mixtapes that I did release shows for those out here in LA, and most of the bands were from LA.
Mhm.
Um, so I was able to like basically what I did was anybody who buys a ticket to the show gets a free cassette. So they were gone, you know. So
Yeah,
basically, like technically, they were sold out like pretty easily.
right.
But the third one that was during the COVID year, so couldn't do a release show for that. So that also slowed it down a little bit in terms of the sales, and you know,
Mhm.
so that was the other thing with that, you know. Plus, it was a little awkward with some people at the shows where they were like, "Oh, what is this? You know, how do I play it?" I'm like, "Just keep it. You know, it's free for you. I don't know."
How do I play it? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess like,
Well,
you know,
we also give
kids.
download codes, like so you don't have to
Yeah,
play
right,
it. You just keep it,
right,
and
right,
you know,
right.
hmm,
That's cute. How do I play it? It's not like you gave him an 8-track or something.
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if some hipsters were out there putting out 8 tracks.
yeah. I think some this one band. I mean, it's not really a band. It's more like a project that I really love. They're actually on Metal Blade. They're called Master Boot Record, which is like a
Oh
it's
yeah,
like a
yeah, 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 yeah. I was listening to them the other day. I don't
yeah,
even know who's
dude.
in them. Who's in that band?
I end up mentioning that like on everything that I do, every interview like this, you know, that I end up doing because I just that's kind of been one of my favorite projects in the last couple of years. It's like an
Yeah.
Italian composer. Like it's everything is just synth. You know,
Okay.
he just
Yeah.
composes it with synthesizers. But
Yeah. It
it's
sounds
like
like it could
kind
be
of
like a
like
movie
very
soundtrack.
yeah, that type of thing, like video game or movie soundtrack type stuff. But it's like very 80s, like almost
Hmm.
like Kill 'Em All style Metallica inspired, and also
Yeah.
like very classical music inspired. So it's
Hmm.
pretty amazing. But I think he might have put out something that looked like a floppy disk, or I don't think it was actually a
Okay.
floppy disk. That'll be like just insane. Like you know, how would you even do that? You have to do like a box set of like what 600 floppy disks or something.
Oh man, I guarantee. Yeah, I wouldn't be
Yeah, because
shocked if
he
they
has
did
an
that.
album
Yeah.
called Floppy Disk Overdrive, which is my favorite album that he's done, and that's the album that got
Uh-huh.
him signed to Metal Blade in 2020. Um, I mean, this guy's insane. He puts out like 3 albums a year. So that this
Okay.
album is already like 5 albums ago, you know. But Floppy Disk Overdrive, pretty sure if I remember correctly, he put something out which looks like a floppy disk, but it's not actually a floppy disk, you
Okay.
know.
I could see the CD sleeve looking like a floppy
Yeah,
disk.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole
So.
thing that just took me back to my computer days, you know, with floppy disks and all that shit,
Oh
man.
yeah.
You
Oh
know,
yeah.
so that's
I
also why
actually.
I love this guy. You know, his latest album is called Personal Computer, so that's another one. You
Yes.
know, it's like yeah,
That's the one I was listening to the other day. I was
right,
listening to
yeah,
that. It came on like an Apple playlist. And it's like, "Oh, this is cool. I
oh,
wanna listen
cool,
to the more of this," you know? So,
yeah,
yeah, so
definitely,
that's cool that you brought that up. Yeah, that is definitely
yeah,
something I've been listening to. Like, if that
awesome.
came sometimes people ask me what I've been listening to lately, and then I just blank, you know? But if you mention something, I'm like, "Yeah, I actually have been listening to that lately."
Yeah,
I've been listening to that and, no, Polyphia. Is that right? Do you know who I'm
yeah, I
talking
know
about?
Polyphia. Yeah, the
Yeah.
prog band, right?
Yeah, they're a prog instrumental band from, they're from Dallas, actually.
Yeah,
Um, I actually saw them open up for Dance Gavin Dance, which I had press credentials for that, so I covered that, and
right.
they did 2 sold out shows here in Houston, in October. They did back-to-back nights, and I've never seen so many people crammed into this venue. Like it was crazy. Thankfully, I was behind the security. I was in the photo pit the whole time, so I didn't have to worry about it. But
Wow.
if I was in that crowd, I would have bounced. It was, and it was all kids too. They were all like
Right.
teenagers, early 20s. I was without a doubt the oldest person there. But Polyphia
What
blew me
venue was that?
away. It was Warehouse Live, which is a pretty big venue
I don't think I've been
in
to that one.
Houston.
If I
Yeah, it's a nice
unless I
venue.
yeah, I was
It's
just
a
at the
it's a
White Oak for the Exodus thing.
Yeah, yeah, that's where I saw you at.
Although I didn't go in, my merch was outside, so I don't know what it looks like on the
Yeah,
inside.
it's a theater style
Yeah,
venue. It's nice. It's really nice. They built it specifically to be a music venue,
yeah.
so
I
it's
actually
not like
prefer when I'm doing merch for shows of that level, when the merch is away from where the music is
oh,
happening. It just like it actually makes more sales that way.
yeah,
Um, yeah, because some venues like it's all in the same room, so
hmm
the entryway to the merch booth actually gets blocked by people who are watching the show.
right,
Which is it,
right,
I hated that whenever that happened. And just like for selfish reasons and for the band's point of view. I'm like, man, you know, I wish it was outside so we can make more sales. Plus, also, it's just better to communicate with people when you're not like having to shout over the music. So
right,
it's much
right.
easier day for me, like work wise. So
Yeah,
yeah,
they
I
they
like that up in Houston. It was outside. At first, it was like a little sketchy because I'm like, is it gonna rain? But it didn't really rain, so it was okay.
yeah, yeah. If it rains, that would definitely suck, man. That would suck. But
It
yeah,
was still covered, but yeah.
I've seen them do that for sold out shows. I saw them do that for Cannibal Corpse, um, also. But most of the time, they do have the merch set up in the venue, like along the side wall. Which, yeah, that sucks
Yeah,
if you're trying to get there and everything, you know.
yeah. I much
But
prefer like the lobby
it's one of those
type
things.
thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, the Texas shows were actually some of the definitely the highest selling shows in terms of merch for Exodus, man. Those three shows, Houston, Dallas, and Austin. Yeah, those are
Cool.
the top three, for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fucking insane, man. People support, in Texas. I dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a Testament shirt too. Um, I kind of wish I would have got a Death Angel shirt, but what can you do? I didn't
Yeah.
pay for the shirts. I don't know if you saw. I had bought 2 tickets for the concert, and then I ended up getting press credentials. So I gave the 2 tickets to these Canadians that they wanted to go to the show, but the show was sold out. They
Right.
came because Hell's Heroes, this was the next couple of days. Hell's Heroes
Yeah.
festival was happening there. And I actually got rejected for press credentials for that because there were too many other people that were coming in from all over the world who wanted press credentials. And the local
So
guy,
they
the
rejected the
local
local
guy,
guy.
they reject the local guy. Yeah. What the fuck, man?
Hmm.
I don't know. My poor cat. This is my cat that's been sick.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Yeah. She tried to jump up on the desk. Usually she jumps up here and walks around. And she tried to jump up and she couldn't get up. So that's why I picked her up.
Oh yeah.
Now she's just poor girl. Well, there's a couple people watching. I want to do a giveaway, but I want to do a game with you too, if you don't mind, if you got a little bit more time. But before we
With
do
me?
this, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
not really a game. It's not really a game. It's more like, do you remember these guys? Do you remember? So I'm gonna go ahead. If you guys want to put in the comments to win 2 packs of these, type in cricket into the chat, and you will automatically be entered into the drawing for the giveaway here. Oh, come on, girl. But I've got rock cards, rock cards, series 1 from 1991. where were in 1991? How old were you?
Me, I was 6.
6. Okay. How in tune with heavy metal and rock and roll were you when you were 6 years old?
Not at all.
Not at all. You'll still. I know you've been a good scholar,
Yeah.
and you've been able to learn about a lot of these bands since then. But I guarantee you, there's some bands that you don't know in here. But oh my poor cat. Okay, so put cricket in the comments. So far, I'm going to be the only winner, but I'll send 2 packs of these and a patch. I only have a few of these patches. I don't even think I gave you one. Did I, Andrew? Are you a patch guy?
I got stickers, not patches.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll send you one of these anyway.
Yeah.
But every pack of these rock cards comes with a sticker for Iron Maiden Tail Gunner.
Yeah.
But I actually I took the back off one and tried to stick it on something. The glue is gone.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. You can't use this as a sticker. You'd have to run it through one of those re-sticker maker things. So there's that, and then every one of these cards comes with a prize entry. A prize entry, and you had to be in by February 1st, 1992. And the address on here, I actually looked it up during a live stream. The address on here is actually an indoor golf school now. So you go in and they have video screens set up, and you hit the golf ball against the screens, and then they instruct you on how to be a better golfer. So I'm gonna mail them a bunch of these cards and see what they do. All right, first band. See, do you remember these guys, or do you know about these guys?
Cinderella? Yeah.
They were a glam rock band.
Yeah.
From LA. I believe they were from LA.
Yeah, I saw them in 2010 on the original Scorpions farewell tour. They opened that show. I did not like their set at all that night, unfortunately.
Scorpions or Cinderella?
Cinderella, I did not like.
Okay, all right.
But I know who they are, and I know that they have been around for a long time.
They have been around for a long time.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have bass player.
Cliff Williams, or AC/DC bass player. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says that right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that hair.
Yeah.
I think he's still alive, right? Is he still alive? Is Cliff Williams still alive?
Gotta make sure.
Oh, you're gonna look it up. You're gonna look it up.
Yeah. Live.
Cat him out.
73 years old.
73 years old. All right. There's another old timer, but this is actually the best card I've gotten so far in any of these packs.
Tony
Iommi? Yeah, it's Tony Iommi. Yeah, there's a lot of green in this. It's like a blue.
Yeah, that one I can tell even through the green and without seeing the name or anything. Yeah.
There we go. You can show the back of the card.
Yeah.
Oh, Tony Iommi. Birthday February 19th. They don't have the year on here. But I want to show you something else on the back. They have a little hologram, so you know it's a real deal. It's not a bootleg rock card, man. You don't want those bootleg rock cards.
Yeah.
Now this is a guy. See if you recognize this guy.
Not yet.
Yeah, so that's Ray Thomas. He plays flute and vocals for the Moody Blues.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Flute/vocals.
It's a little bit too oldies for me.
Cat him out. She was 15. So there you go. We got a guitar player from I don't know this band, Junkyard.
Junkyard, I think that's another glam band from out here.
Yep.
Yeah, I know the band because I think they played the Viper Room recently a couple of times.
they're still they're still they're still hanging out on the Sunset Strip.
Yeah. Where else
All
are they gonna
right.
hang out?
Yeah, are they gonna tear down the Viper Room and build a condo there?
Yeah, it seems like it's this time it is happening. That rumor has been around for so many years that I've always ignored it because I mean I'm literally working with the Viper Room and they never said anything about it. But
Yeah.
I think this time it is happening. But it will just be like basically renovated into the new building and it'll come back. So that's what I've heard. So it's just gonna temporarily like be out of commission, I think.
That's sad. That's
Yeah,
sad. Kat says Tom Kiefer. Who was Tom Kiefer? I think
from
I've pulled him
Cinderella.
out. He's in Cinderella. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I've pulled a Tom Kiefer card before.
that's the main
So
dude from that
that's the
band.
main dude.
Yep.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Then we got Eric Turner from Warrant.
Okay.
She's my cherry pie. Now here's another old school band, but this is not. Well, I get this is a 1991 picture of them. Uh, no Roger Waters in this picture.
Oh, okay.
You got David
Floyd.
Gilmour in the middle there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
listened
kind
to a
of
lot
like
of
an
Pink.
obscure photo.
Yeah,
It's kind of like the
look at
1991
that.
is like
You,
middle of nowhere for them,
you
really.
look at this logo. That logo.
Yeah.
That's a weird
It looks
logo
like
of theirs.
some kind of news channel logo or something.
Yeah, 1991. Yeah, middle of nowhere for them for sure.
Hmm.
So yeah, uh, David Gilmour, Nick Mason, and Rick Wright. So yeah, you got to have Roger Waters, man. I don't know why David
Yeah.
Gilmour and Roger Waters never made up. I mean, I think it. I mean, what can you do?
Yeah.
All right, this dude is literally 100 years old. Can you see that? It's Mick Mars from Motley Crue.
Oh, okay. No, I couldn't tell from the through the greens.
Well, that's why I'll just turn it around for you.
Yeah, yeah.
1991 was yeah. Yep. Even for a Tuesday afternoon, so there's a little bit of a delay. Like, I don't know what she's saying about that. Uh, and here's this guy.
Yeah. That's the singer of the band that I just worked with.
So
Actually,
yeah,
this one guy, I don't know if it was in Texas or somewhere. Um, he brought us all these cards, like Exodus
did he?
cards, and he's like, "I'll just trade you for a couple of T-shirts, and then you could sell them." But we just ended up keeping them. We didn't sell them. Like I don't know, because Exodus also had a limit of the number of items that we could sell because
Yeah.
they were the support act, not the headline act on that tour. So that
Oh,
was one
okay.
reason. Plus, secondly, I'm like, I don't know if these are genuine or I don't know anything about these cards. So it's
Yeah.
better for keepsake instead of selling them. But he brought us like all these like Exodus cards, which is pretty cool. I think it's probably the same company that made the ones that you have.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah,
Could be. He
because
might
I
just
remember
pick out.
seeing that one. That's why I mentioned it.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah,
Well, I should send this to you and get him to sign it for me.
yeah. That we could make that happen in September.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got some Testament cards laying around here too.
yeah.
I don't think Death Angel didn't make this set, but
Or whoever made the
Exodus.
cards did make Death Angel cards.
Right, right.
Yeah.
But this set does have Exodus and Testament cards. But here we got a
Yeah.
Bon Jovi Tico Torres.
Ah, nice.
Old Tico. Look at him. He looks like Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
We got this band I don't know of. Tangier. Did you ever hear these guys?
No, never heard of them.
They
Who's
rugged
what are they?
blues with the rugged blues band. I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably not. Probably outside of our our field of expertise over here.
We got a different. We got it.
And nothing even
Same.
comes up on Google. It's saying Tangier. I looked it up. It says it's a city in northwestern Morocco.
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, you got to do Tangier Band. Tangier.
Like, of course. Well, but the first test is just Google the word. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Philadelphia-based hard rock band that was active between '84 and '92. So that was it.
that was
Probably
it.
why I
This
never
was
heard of them.
And so we've had this guy. This is a different card for or Cliff Williams, the bass player for AC/DC.
Right.
So same guy, different card. The back is the same. He has the
Yeah.
same picture on the back. That's interesting. And the last one is what does this guy play? Keyboards. Keyboards. The keyboard's for Bon Jovi. The keyboard is for Bon Jovi. He got his own card. You think he's still in the band? David Bryan?
No, probably not.
Probably not. But that's it, man. And I was gonna try to do a giveaway. Let's
Yeah.
let's see which one's pink. But I guess there's a huge delay. She's just not getting back to the Pink Floyd card.
Oh yeah.
But I'll show you what it looks like. So here's the giveaway tool. It says there's 3 entries, and 2 of them are me. So let's go ahead and draw. Oh, so Cat Matt did put it. So Cat, you're gonna win regardless. I win. I'm a winner. My Twitch is the winner. No, Cat, you're the winner. So, so Cat, I will send you 2 of these packs of rock cards and a patch. Andrew, I'll send. You know what? I'll send you 2 of these packs and a patch also. How about that?
Cool. Yeah.
For being a guest of the show. I think I sliced open your address on here, but just email me your addresses again, your mailing addresses, and I can send that to you guys.
Yeah, sounds good, man. But yeah, also feel free to give away any of that stuff that I sent you. Like
no, thank you.
Keeping it.
I'm keeping it, dude. This is all my stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this is all really cool stuff, and like I said, I've had most of these bands on the show. So yeah, there's no way I'd be selling this stuff. No way, dude. No way. But you wanted to announce a band signing, didn't you?
Yes. This is just like a sneak peek, I suppose, because we haven't announced it officially yet, but it's official in terms of like signing or the contract side of things. And there's a band from Texas, from San Antonio, from Dallas, Texas, I should say, not San Antonio. This is a band called Temptress. It's a 3-piece band. Yeah, with 2 girls in the band. Yeah, they actually played with Old Blood in March in San Antonio. That's why I first said San Antonio, but they're from Dallas. That show was like one of the best, definitely the best show of the whole tour, I would say, So yeah, I mean, I had already been in touch with one of their guys beforehand, but then I finally met them at that show, and we kept in touch, and we did a couple of Zoom calls when I was on the Exodus tour, to talk about potentially signing, and that has all got finalized as of right now, and we're probably going to announce this next week.
Is this
in all likelihood?
Him?
Yeah, that is them. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, all their stuff is kind of old. They've got 3 videos on here, and they're all a few years old.
We'll put out a new album on the label soon enough. Yeah. So they'll have new content on there.
Well, once all that becomes official and finalized, I'd love to have them on my show.
Yeah, definitely. We'll make that happen.
I mean, I was just up in Dallas this past weekend.
Yeah, in fact, maybe we can have them do their first interview as a Metal Assault band with you.
That would be awesome, man.
Yeah, that'd be rad.
I'd love that
because they're also very familiar with the roster, especially like the doom side of the roster, like with
Mhm.
Old Blood and bands like that. So yeah,
Yeah.
so there's definitely a good amount of like cross section there for sure between you and the label and them. So
Awesome, man.
yeah,
Well, they need to come down to Houston, and I'll cover one of their shows down here, or maybe I'll come up to Dallas or uh
yeah, I think they're playing some regional dates soon enough. Definitely Austin, they're playing. I don't know about Houston, but they play like the regional area like quite a bit.
mhm.
So yeah, like I'm sure you'll
I'll
get a
keep an
chance to
eye
see
on
them
them.
soon enough. Yeah,
Yeah, right on, man. Right
yeah,
on. Well, that's awesome. Big
yeah,
news. Big
yeah,
breaking news. Awesome. Well, I can't wait to get to know more about them and have them on the show as well.
yeah,
Um, so, I mean, we've gone a little bit longer than I typically go on here, but I could talk to you all night, brother. You're a cool
yeah,
dude, and
exactly, man. Yeah,
you're a cool dude. I appreciate you being my homie. You know, through all
yeah. I
this time.
appreciate all the support. Thanks for having me. And yeah, well, um, let's set up some more interviews with bands from the label too. I mean, yeah, I know you've already had some, but there's others that you haven't. So yeah, I'll
Yeah,
definitely
sure.
do that.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Absolutely. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Let's make it happen.
yeah.
So, you know a little bit about my personal situation. Well, for those of you who don't know, I got laid off from my full time job of almost 20 years back in November, and I've been really trying to find another job, and it's been very difficult. Um, I've been trying to find a job in Houston that pays somewhat what I made, and it's not going to happen. So I've expanded my search, and I have a couple of. I'm in the interview process of a couple of different jobs in a couple of different places. So um, there's no telling what's in store, but I'm adamant about keeping my channel going. That I've built this brand up over the past couple of years, so I've put a lot of energy and money into it, and it's my dream to be an actual travel host. So um, we'll see what these other opportunities hold for me, but either way, I'm still going to keep doing this. It might not necessarily always be every Monday. It might be sporadic, or I might have to change it to a Tuesday or a Wednesday, or some other day. I don't know, but either way, I will continue to work with Mr. Bansal here and help promote his band. Listen, man, if you were a dickhead, I wouldn't want to promote promote your bands, you know. And like me, you have a uh, wide interest level on different subgenres of metal, you know. And so that's what I think is really cool about your label. It's not just focused on one specific type of metal, and I like that variety as well. You know,
Yeah, man. Yeah,
um,
that's what it's all about. I mean, I think that's the only way to do it. That's how I've always been, like in terms of my personal music taste. So it's the label is only a reflection of that.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and then my coverage of metal shows and metal bands is the same. And we're alike in those ways. You know, so. Well,
yeah,
cool, man. Is there any before I let you go? Is there anything else that we didn't touch on that you really want people to know?
yeah. Just real quick. I mean, we announced a new signing last week. A band from out here in LA, a thrash metal band called Mortalis, which actually the guitar player is the brother of the guitar player from Old Blood. So it's like
Okay.
it's become like a little family within the Metal Assault Records family. So, but they've been a band that I've worked with recently, and they played at the Walkin Battle too, and they're very driven and serious and ambitious. And more importantly, they also write and perform really great like music with a lot of energy. So, I think they're gonna be one to watch out for. So check out Mortalis, and of course keep following Metal Assault on all the various social media. I'm on Twitter at Metal Assault LA. Same with YouTube, and then Facebook. Yeah, that's the same handle for Facebook as well. And Instagram is at Metal Assault. I'm on TikTok at Metal Assault Records. So yeah, and the website itself and the Bandcamp, metalassault.bandcamp.com. So yeah, keep tabs on all of that and lots more to come.
Awesome, man.
Yeah,
Well, I'll definitely keep track of your YouTube and your Twitter. That's
yeah. I know you're not on the
I'm,
other
the,
ones, but I just
I'm not
wanted to
on the
mention
other.
it for everybody else. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Most people
yeah,
are. Most people
yeah,
are. And I've used to always tell people, "Hi, I'm Rob Zip. I'm on the internet," and so like people could find me anywhere on the internet. But that's not the case anymore.
yeah,
I'm over it. I'm over it. And we talked about it, like
yeah,
a lot of the bands at that the festival, they're like, yeah, well, how can we find this guy on Instagram? I'm like, I'm not on Instagram.
yeah.
I had over 10,000 followers on Instagram too, which is stupid because I was like, the whole thing about my Instagram was to promote my YouTube. So I was
Yeah,
like, you know what? Screw it. Like, and on Facebook, all I was doing was posting about my YouTube. So some people were actually getting annoyed by me by doing that. So I'm
right.
like, well, I'm sorry.
Hmm.
But that's what it is. So that's why I did delete my Twitter, but I came back. Um, so my Twitter, yeah, my Twitter's right there. But basically, I talk about my YouTube, and I talk about a lot of Houston soccer stuff because I'm real
Yeah,
big into the soccer teams here. But if I move, I'm still gonna love those teams, but I'm not gonna be able to follow them as closely.
yeah,
Um, you know, you know how it is.
yeah.
But anyway, also, yeah. So I don't have anything set up in stone right now for my next week's interview. I was talking about maybe having probably should I? I'm not going to even say who, but hopefully soon I'm going to have the second biggest next to Andrew guest on this show. But you'll just have to keep tuned to the channel, keep tuned to my Twitter to find out who that could be. I don't want to officially announce it until it's officially a deal. I'll tell you here. I'm going to tell you in the private chat right now, just so you can. Hold. There you go.
Ah, very cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually interviewed him like in 1999. Uh, back when I was a child, I got to
Ah,
interview him. So it'll be cool to have an update with him.
I've
But
interviewed
again, I'm
him a
not
couple
gonna.
of times.
Yeah, that's cool. He'll do almost any interview, you know.
Right.
So that that can be to his detriment, but it'll be fun to have him back on the show if he can come on.
Yeah.
So, but again, I'm not going to say it out loud because
Yeah.
it might not happen. It might not happen. But I'm working with his management, his promo company. The promo company is in charge of some of my favorite bands. Like it's unbelievable the roster they have. And I'm like, dude, just let me interview any of them. But anyway, I'm sorry. Uh, man, always awesome to see you, whether it be in person or virtually. Um,
Yeah.
so
Same here.
the second leg of the Bass Strikes Back tour is probably going to what do you go to the Northeast? Where are you guys going?
Yeah. Well, everywhere that we didn't go on the first leg for the most
Yeah.
part. I mean, there's like
So
a couple of repeats, like starting out with Phoenix and Albuquerque. Well, not
okay.
well. We didn't go to Phoenix. We went to Tucson last time, but we were doing Albuquerque again for whatever reason. I mean, it was cool though, so I don't mind it.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of the other stops are basically going into other places, like Colorado Springs, Wichita, Kansas City, Louisville, St. Louis, Nashville. Then a couple of three Florida shows. Yeah, North Carolina. Yeah, a bunch of like Northeast stuff, basically all the way up to Portland, Maine. Then some Canada stuff, and
When you
then
go
like
up when you go up
you
I
know
95, when you go up I 95, do you stop at south of the border?
what is south of the border?
Yeah,
What
it's
do you
right
mean?
on the South Carolina side of the South Carolina North Carolina border.
Oh,
It's this big Mexican themed um um is I don't want to call it amusement park. It's like It's a stop. It's a roadside
Okay.
attraction. It's a big roadside attraction. They've got a
Okay.
convenience store. They have restaurants. They have like mini golf, but it's all this like bright neon with like kind of racist imagery
Uh,
of like we're south of the border. Like kind of playing like they're in Mexico or whatever. But it's
well,
just
I mean,
they're south of.
that tour, every band travels in a bus, so and the bus drives overnight for the most part, unless it's like a very long drive and it's a drive day.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
it depends, like what time of
I
day that is where we pass it. But
I
if I see
understand.
it, then I'll remember it for sure.
Oh yeah, they have
Yeah.
billboards for miles in each direction, and
Right.
they're
Okay.
pretty kooky billboards that capture your attention, make you want to stop.
Yeah.
You know, you can buy fireworks there and just blow them up on the bus.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it looks cool, like the second leg, because the first leg was actually, yeah, there were some big shows, but a lot of it was just B markets and C markets. That's like kind of smaller, basically smaller centers. But the second leg looks like more A markets. So I think it's going to be even bigger. There's a
Right
show
on.
in at the Palladium Times Square in New York City, for example, and
Oh, nice.
stuff, and the Wiltern in Los Angeles. So those two are already like the biggest shows, and then there's others as well. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything near you this time because we already did the Texas stuff.
Yeah, that's
So
okay. That's
yeah,
fine. No
and you saw
worries.
the
I mean,
show, so
I saw
yeah,
the show. Yeah,
yeah,
and I gotta. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Testament as much as the next guy. Um, but for my money, Exodus and Death Angel. I mean,
yeah,
Exodus are just so much fun, man.
yeah,
They're a party band, and when I saw them at Full Terror Assault, and they had that golf cart circle pit, dude, that was the most lit. That was like that was one of the most fun times I've had at a metal show in a long time.
yeah.
So that's why I
Um,
love Full Terror. I love Full Terror Assault open air this year. Their headlining act is going to be Suicidal Tendencies.
mhm.
So that's going to be insane. Psycho Mike up there, you know, it. y- Andrew, well, you're going to be on the road because this is going to be in early September, so you'll be on that tour.
Yeah,
But and one day you got to come to Full Terror Assault open air, dude. It is a killer time. It is a killer time.
yeah, yeah. Maybe someday.
The guy the promoter, he is very adamant about being the only person who picks the bands, though. So
Mm.
it's like even trying to suggest a band to him, he's just like, "Shut the fuck up." He doesn't want to hear it, man. He doesn't want to hear it. So he basically gets on Facebook and just messages bands. So it's like bands he wants. That's how he got 200 Stab Wounds to play.
Uh,
He just messaged them on Facebook, and they're like, because they were a Maggot Stomp band,
yeah,
and he's just into the Maggot Stomp bands. So it's all cool, man. It's a crazy good time.
yeah.
Well,
That's
dude,
cool.
I got a sick cat that needs my attention, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you go. But yeah, we'll work out something soon for one of your next bands.
yeah,
Um, we'll work it out, and yeah, there's a lot of your bands that I haven't had. There's a lot of your bands I had on the show, but there's a lot of bands I haven't had on the
yeah.
show.
That's true.
So all right,
Yeah, man.
Mr. Bansal. Well, you have an excellent evening.
Yeah,
Turn the fan back on.
yeah.
Find a cricket match that's playing somewhere out there. It's time for cricket, isn't it?
No, the Dodgers are playing right now, I think. So I'm tuned back into that. I was watching that before this interview.
Oh shit! Where are they at today?
Cincinnati.
Oh, okay, so yeah, they've been
Yeah.
playing for about an hour and a half. My team they're
No, it's
playing right
almost
now too.
over, but they're
Is it almost over?
spoiler alert, they're winning, so it's all good.
Was it an early game or something?
It started at 6:40 Eastern. So yeah, I mean, a little bit earlier than what we start games here. Typical, like
Yeah.
here, the home games start at 7:10, like in the evening.
Yeah.
10
Right.
minutes past 7
Yeah.
Pacific time.
Yeah. That's typical.
But anyway, Cincinnati, they do it differently, I guess.
I'm going to the Astros Mets game tomorrow with my
Oh wow,
parents. It's a day game.
nice.
So yeah, the Mets have been killing it. The
Yeah,
national all the teams in the National League East have been awesome. And
yeah. I saw the Mets here. I went to 2 games. The Dodgers won a game and they lost a game. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So we'll see. Right now the Astros are up 3-0 against the Mets. So that
cool.
means they'll probably lose tomorrow. It's hard to beat a really good team 2 days in a row, you
Yeah,
know?
that's true. Yeah,
The Mets are really good. The Astros are really good. The Dodgers are still okay. But
yeah,
man, the National League East, you know, the National League East, the Astros have a hard time against the National League East.
yeah. And that's the league you're playing this time, like for the interleague. I
Yeah,
mean, that's the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
division. So yeah,
Right, right. Yeah, it sucks, but thankfully every team in the American League West has a losing record except for the Astros.
yeah, yeah.
So the Astros have a 10-game lead on the Angels, the second place team. The
Angels are
Angels,
horrible.
they are, dude. They've got Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani, and they've
That's like
got
the
well,
biggest, like, you've heard that term, I'm sure, on the Twitter, especially the biggest, like, poverty franchise, that there is,
yeah, yeah.
even though they
But
have all the money.
they're still in second place in the division just because the rest of
It
the
doesn't
division
matter
is
though. Like, I
terrible.
mean, they're not gonna make it because the wild card is not like
Right.
second place from each division. It's the 3 best
Right. It's the
records.
3 bet. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think that's all gonna be like from the Eastern Division. The Yankee the
Yeah.
from the Yankees division because those
Yeah.
teams are way better.
Yeah. The Yankees are crushing it right now
Yeah,
too. Whatever. We'll see what happens in the playoffs.
yeah. Well, there's still a long way to go in the season. I mean, it's not even
Oh, yeah,
halfway.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's still like 100 games left.
yeah,
Baseball is forever.
yeah.
Oh, man. Well, hopefully one day we can go to a game together. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, man, definitely. I mean, I tried to do that on the last tour. I went to one game, but couldn't make it to any other games on the days off. But yeah,
Yeah.
on days off on tour, yeah, I'm totally down.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's minor league stuff in some of these
Yeah,
towns too. So it sucks when you travel to a town and the team is out of town.
yeah, that happens to me all the time too. Like literally, like in Seattle, we had a day off and everything, and we were parked right next to the venue, like to the.
Yeah,
I mean, I
to the
keep saying
stadium.
venue, but the stadium, yeah. And the
Yeah,
Mariners are not in town. I'm like, what the
yeah.
hell, man? But I've been to that stadium though. It's pretty cool, like the T-Mobile Park in Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never
it's
been.
cool.
I've never been to the Northwest at all. Never been
Oh
up
wow,
there.
yeah, it's
So,
it's it's pretty cool. Yeah,
yeah. Well, I guess I'll be finding out soon.
yeah.
Okay. All
All
right,
right,
dude.
man.
Well,
Yeah,
well, you rock on. I'll text you or email you and just get you know
yeah.
you and Kat. Send me your mailing addresses. I'll send you a little package myself.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All
I'll
right,
talk to
dude.
you later, man.
Yeah, all right,
All
man.
right.
Take care. Thanks again.
Later.
Bye.
All right, Andrew from he's gone. He's gone. Andrew from Metal Assault Records. You'll see him selling Exodus merch on the Bass Strikes Back Tour Part 2 coming up this fall. Check out all of his social media. Just look up Metal Assault everywhere and you'll find it. He's got a lot of really good bands on his roster. A lot of them I have had on this show. So check those out. I don't have anything scheduled as far as interviews right now. I was talking to him about a possible interview I might have coming up soon. Um, so I'll schedule some more stuff here later. Like I was saying, tomorrow I'm going to the Astros versus Mets game. It's Stranger Things night at Minute Maid Park, so we'll get some cool footage of that. I'm taking my parents. My dad isn't a walker, so we're going to be in the handicap section. Won't even be able to see this scoreboard, but that's all right. As long as we can get him comfortably into the game, we can do that. Um, then On Friday, I am going to be premiering my video from Schlitterbahn. I went to Schlitterbahn on Monday. I'm going to wait till Friday to premiere that. Friday at 5 p.m. Central Time, we'll do the live premiere. So make sure you hit that notification bell and you'll know every time I go live or post a new video. All right. Until then, remember to drink water, listen to metal, enjoy nature, and have the most epic adventures. Bye, guys. I got a sick kitty. If you want to help me pay my pet bills, you can hit those links in the description. It'd really help.